Hey everyone, welcome. Today I'll be cooking for a party for tomorrow. So it's 8:45 in the morning and just getting started. I'm anticipating being done about 11 at night tonight. I'll just put it in a cooler and warm it up in the morning, see how it goes. But today I'll be cooking a 15-pound brisket, as well as two about 10 pound, or no, about 8 pounds each pork shoulders. I've already trimmed them out, and you can go on YouTube and find out how to trim a brisket. Right now I'm going to go ahead and season it. A little olive oil, not too much, to get it so the seasoning can stick to it. Right, this one because it's grainy. It has thick salt, pepper, garlic, onion. Texas style brisket is more of a just salt, pepper, maybe garlic, granulated garlic. But this one has some chili flakes in it too, gives it a nice flavor. So today I'll be cooking with actually some fruit wood. I haven't used that before. I would usually use a hickory blend from Pit Boss, but they had a fruit wood seasoning. That turns out, since I'll be cooking the brisket as well as the pork shoulders at the same time. I usually just put the seasoning right before cooking. Some people like to put it overnight. I think on pork and a couple other cuts of meat, it help to build the bark. But play around with it. Go away. Here's paparazzi. Alright, I got my brisket seasoned. Now I'm going to go ahead and season up my pork shoulders. I do the same thing. Use a little bit of olive oil. Some people use mustard. Use hot sauce. Just something so that it will stick to the surface. With pork, usually use something more sugar-based as a seasoning. So I made my own seasoning. It's a brown sugar, white sugar, salt, pepper, paprika, some onion, I believe, and so I'll use a mix between this seasoning as well as a little bit of the Morton Steak Seasoning, just to give it a little bit more grainy salt pepper taste. This one is kind of my preference, so I just do this one very lightly just to give it some texture. And then I'll go ahead and put this pretty heavy. This is kind of makes your bark, gives it a lot of the flavor. It's a thick piece of meat. Yeah, I bought these at Costco and they take the bone out, which I prefer the bone, but at least you're not paying for the bone. So it's a nice thing. They trim their meat pretty well. Now you guys see why I kind of do this outside. It makes a big mess. My wife doesn't appreciate it inside. Okay, those look good. So go ahead and get these ready and throw them on the grill. Alright, everything's seasoned up. Grill set at 250. So, got the pellets filled up, got the grill cleaned out. So, ready to throw these on and hopefully enjoy them tomorrow for lunch. So, I'll go ahead and do that now. Pork shoulders, we're going to go and cook them with fat side up. Alright, before I close this up, I want to go ahead and put my temperature probes in. I use this Bluetooth temperature probe I bought on Amazon. Came with 6 probes, and you can program it. It links up to your phone through Bluetooth. program temperatures, high and low temperature. Works pretty good. So I'll do is I'll use one probe to monitor the temperature of the grill itself. I use probe 2 and 3 to keep track of the internal temperature of the pork shoulders, or flat. And I'm actually gonna get another probe and I'll go and monitor the point. So I got the brisket and the 2 pork shoulders on there, but I'm also gonna throw in 3 racks of St. Louis cut ribs. I got these at Costco as well, and they did really well. Good job of already cleaning up, so didn't do any of that. But I'll go ahead and throw some olive oil on them so I can get the seasoning that's thick. I don't want to put too much. It's not like a brisket where it's really thick, so you don't want to overpower it with the seasoning. And then my rub, which I'm actually running out of, so I might have to do not to make more seasoning. All right, we've been going for about 4 hours now. We've been running about 200 here. Right here it says 260 in my internal, saying 226. So let's go and see what that looks like. Oh yeah, look at the color. Those ribs are looking good up there. That's nice. Check on this, the progress we're doing here. It's been about 5 hours. So cover this. Oh, color's looking good. Brisket's looking good. So I'm gonna go ahead and spritz it with a little bit of apple vinegar and water, just so that it'll take in some smoke. Pretty good. They're close. I'll go and wrap these right before when I take them off and let them sit in the wrapper for a while. And I'm gonna also wrap these in a bit. I'm gonna leave the brisket out. Let's see how that goes. Pork shoulder, I'm going to go ahead and put it in a pan and wrap it once it reaches about 160, 165, and I'll let it finish off that way. The brisket, I think I'm going to just not wrap it this time and just let it cook the whole way that way, unless it's starting to look a little, and you start getting really burnt edges. Like right here, obviously it's a thin point, it's going to be burnt a little bit, but it's coming along good. I'll go ahead and spritz it again. I'm at about 6-7 hours. So temperature right now, looking at 153 on the pork shoulder and 154 on the flat, a little bit less on the point. Alright everyone, it's been about, going on about 9 hours right now, so my pork butts are at about 175, a little past where I want it to be before I put them in trays and wrap them, but it's okay. So I'll go ahead and pull those off now, wrap them up, throw them back in there. I'll leave the probes in so I can know what the temperature is, and then I'll pull them out at 200. Brisket still going. It's only at about 145, 150. So I'm thinking at this point I might wrap it. Otherwise, it's going to be done at 2 o'clock in the morning. I can't have that. So. Now that I got my pork shoulder and brisket set, I'll go ahead and put my ribs back on the grill. A little bit of barbecue sauce just to caramelize it. So after cooking for about 12.5 hours, finally pulled the brisket off at about 200 degrees. Went and wrapped it and let it sit in the cooler overnight. And so right here, I'm checking to where the flat and the point come together and trying to cut it. So when I slice it, slicing the flat going against the grain. So this is probably one of the better briskets I've made. Extremely juicy, came out great. I didn't end up wrapping it until I pulled it off the grill and just left it wrapped overnight. And it was still warm in the morning. So. That I picked up on Amazon actually makes the job a whole lot easy. For being my first big cook for coworkers, I was really happy the way everything came out, and they all seemed to enjoy it. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you liked what I'm doing, please give me a like. If you guys want to see more of this types of videos, leave me a comment, and please subscribe to the channel. Everyone, you guys take care now.